Yo, Pierre, you wanna come on?
Ice up. Ice what?
Whoa, whoa, baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out, baby, poke it out.
Hey guys, I'm here with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a suggestion. Somebody, I think they seen my Instagram in one of the videos I did. I put it in there. He DM'd me and he said, "Hey, video idea. I really love your channel and the Saints, and my name is Brian Cutler. Ignore my Instagram name, it's just me hitting random letters, but I think you should do a video on how you think we'll do each game for the first 4 games of the season without Ingram." So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. All praise to Brian_Cut. He's the one that gave me this video idea. So we're gonna hop right into this. Oh yeah, and just a little disclaimer, he also sent me a thumbnail, but this thumbnail actually comes from the Saints Zone on Instagram. So if you guys, want to check him out, go ahead and do so, but I got the thumbnail from him. Unless you've been living under a rock since May, you should know that Mark Ingram, he got suspended for the first 4 games of the season for violating the NFL policy on performing enhancing drugs. I'm not going to comment personally on how I think, if he did take PEDs or whatever, but clearly it was something to get them, ready to suspend him. But we do know he did get suspended for 4 games for using performance enhancing substances. So, and being without your leading rusher for the first quarter of the season is going to be a hit to generally any team in the NFL. But if any team were to lose their leading rusher, I feel like we're the team most primed for that. And I'm not being biased. There are a few other teams that would be really primed for it to happen. The Falcons, they'd be decently okay with it. There's a few teams out there that can take a hit like losing their leading rusher. And I, of course, think out of all those teams, we're the ones that are primed to take this hit the best. And you guys know how it goes around here. We're going to hop right into this. So one of the steps the Saints took to prepare for the hit is signing veteran running back Terrence West. The 5'10", 225 pounds West is set to join the group with 5 years of NFL experience. He entered the league in 2014 out of Towson as the 3rd pick with the Cleveland Browns before being traded to the Tennessee Titans in 2015. West then joined the Baltimore Ravens in 2015 and spent 3 seasons with them. In my opinion, if used correctly, West can be a very important asset to our group while Mark Ingram is out, and probably even after. On his career, West has 1,816 yards rushing and 11 touchdowns on 465 attempts. He has averaged 3.9 yards per carry. He also has 344 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns on 51 career catches. West's best season came in 2016 when he led the Ravens with a career-high 774 yards rushing. So we know we have Terrence West, but who exactly are our other running backs? So in my eyes, the most likely player to be at the 3 spot would be Trey Edmonds. I mean, this could be Boston Scott, but I feel like it's going to be Trey Edmonds. He's a decent player. I haven't seen enough of him to be able to judge if he's good or not, but we're going to talk about him and his stats right now. Trey Edmonds has been in the NFL for 1 year. He played for the Saints last year, and that's all the experience he has. Last year, he had 9 attempts, 48 yards, an average of 5.3 yards per carry, and 1 touchdown. I know y'all seen that touchdown. It's probably playing right now versus the Buffalo Bills, but that is Trey Edmonds' career highlight. He only played 1 season, and he was behind Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, so he didn't get much time to shine. But I feel like if he works up his game a little bit, if he learns how to be shiftier, if he gets more agility, if he learns how to hit a juke, hit a spin here and there, maybe a hurdle every once in a while, he could be a pretty good player. And in whatever spot he'll come in, I'm not sure, I'm not going to comment on it, we have Boston Scott. Boston Scott is a player we drafted this year that played for Louisiana Tech in college. Last year he had 183 attempts, 1,047 rushing yards, 5.7 rush per carry, and 8 touchdowns. That's pretty good for a 6th-round pick in my eyes. At the 4 spot, we have Daniel Lasco. Actually, this is probably going to be our 5th spot. We picked him in like the 7th round in the 2015 or 2016 draft, whichever one it was. He's a special teams player. Let's just leave it at that. And who will be our #1 running back for 4 weeks is none other than Alvin Kamara. Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. I'm not going to get into his stats. We all know how great he was. Alvin Kamara is going to be our #1 running back next year. Terrence West the 2. Trey Edmonds or Boston Scott, however that works, the 3. And Daniel Lasco the 5th. So those are our running back options for now. Don't think I forgot about Jonathan Williams. Our running back depth can be really any order next year. I'm not going to go too deep into it. I just know which running backs we have and who's good and who's not. But man, it can go and it can be anything next year. All I know is that Alvin Kamara is the first. Alright, so now that I got that out of the way, I'm going to talk to you guys about how our run game is going to do when he's gone and what's going to happen when he comes back. There's a few different scenarios, and I want to go over all of them with y'all. So stay tuned, keep watching, and let's get into it, boys. Now, there's a few ways I can see this going, and I'm going to start out with scenario 1, and that is Alvin Kamara taking the throne. I know you guys see this too. This is a huge opportunity for Alvin Kamara to take. If he plays well in those first 4 games, and if we feel like we have a rhythm going with him, Sean Payton's not going to take him out. He will be our starting running back. Mark Ingram will come in every now and then, punch it in, run through the tackles. But if Alvin Kamara plays well, he can legitimately steal the starting job. If he wants it, this is the opportunity he has. He should take it. When it comes to me, I would love to see Alvin Kamara starting. I'm not sure if I'm ready to see Mark Ingram take a backseat, but he's getting older. He's 28 years old. Alvin Kamara is, 22? He's going into his 2nd year. He had Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. He's hungry. He wants to prove himself, and he's going to try to take that starting spot, Mark Ingram, so you better come with your A game when you come back. And now we have my other scenario. This is the I can do it without PEDs scenario. This is where Mark Ingram comes back from his suspension, does what he needs to do, holds the starting spot, and just he's our starting running back. He proves that he's our starting running back. We'll see what happens though. Now, which scenario happens? That all depends on how Alvin Kamara plays. That's the cold hard truth. If Alvin Kamara doesn't play good, he's not taking the starting job. If Alvin Kamara does play good, Mark Ingram's in a little bit of trouble. Now, how do I feel like we'll do without Mark Ingram? Let's get into that right now. Week 1 versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers in New Orleans. This should be an easy game for Alvin Kamara and company. I'm talking 100 rushing yards plus, 100 receiving yards plus from our run game. Should have a pretty nice game. I mean, sheesh. It's the Buccaneers. Go off. Oh yeah, in that Buccaneers game, I feel like we're going to win that. We're going to catch a dub in New Orleans. Alright, heading into week 2, we play the Cleveland Browns in New Orleans. I feel like the Browns have a low-key underrated run defense. So I'm going to say we'll have about 60 to 70 rushing yards, maybe 80 to 90 receiving yards for our running backs. I feel like Alvin Kamara, man, he's crazy. He's crazy with those little catches and all that nonsense. I feel like we'll have an average game all around when it comes to the run offense, but we'll see how that goes. We'll be catching a dub too, by the way. I didn't make that clear, but we'll be catching a dub too. I already did a predictions video. It's just going to be the same here as it is there, so yeah. Week 3, we have the Atlanta Falcons. I feel like this will be a Drew Brees has to beat them through the air type of game. Just because they're divisional opponents, they study us. I don't feel like the running game is going to be too big of a factor. I'm not saying they're not going to be a factor, but I feel like they're going to be smaller than usual. I feel like it's gonna be a Drew Brees has to beat the Falcons through the air type of game. Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Meredith, all of them are just gonna have to beat them through the air, and I feel like we'll be taking a loss in Atlanta. Week 4, we're going to New York. The run game will play lights out. We'll catch a dub. Simple. I don't need to go any more into it. To be honest with y'all, the Giants don't scare me. But yeah. I hope y'all, at least halfway enjoyed this video. I don't think I made it as good as I could, but I had to have an upload for the next couple of days. So thank you guys for watching once again. I appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Adios.